And rolling now. Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you my brow routine, and don't mind all this makeup now because it won't be in the video as soon as you get to the tutorial. I just wanted to show you guys how I achieve my brows and what I do, even though I do have microbladed brows, but since I wear so much makeup on a daily basis and just for fun, I have to fill them in or they will completely disappear off my face. That's what I'm going to be showing you. So if you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and let's jump into those eyebrows. I get a lot of questions on how I fill them in, and if you didn't know, I do have my eyebrows microbladed, so basically that's like kind of like a permanent tattoo for your eyebrows, and all the individual hairs, if you can see, are tattooed on and like filled in. If I didn't fill them in at all, they would just kind of disappear. So I'm gonna show you how I fill them in and what products I use, and everything's super affordable, but probably a little excessive for, you know, pretty much already having eyebrows on. But this is just what I feel comfortable doing with all the face makeup I wear and everything. So I'm gonna start off, this is a new product that I just bought and it just came on the market. It's the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Brow Tint Pen. What this does, it's really cool actually. It has like these little prongs. You probably won't be able to see this, but it has this like these little prongs. Basically what it does is it mimics like microblading, the way that the hair strokes are. I figured that would be really good to mimic what I already have going on because the front of my brows are so sparse. Like that was where they had to fill in my brows the most. This pen's kind of weird because you have to use it at like an upward angle. So I'm gonna go in and just start flicking up and making those hairs in the front of the brow. And I kind of just try and feather it all the way back to make it look as natural as possible. Now there's a lot of different steps I go through, so if it looks ratchet at any point, I promise it gets better. And if you're anticipating me having a kind of natural looking brow, I try, but I'm just a bold brow kind of girl, to be completely honest. So you can take this with a grain of salt and tweak it to how you want, but these are just the products I use to get the look that I like. Alright, so I only do that in the front, and then I kind of try and use the flat edge of this to draw the line underneath my eyebrow. You know, when everyone went through this phase in the early 2000s where like you had a baby pencil line as your eyebrow? Yeah, I did that and my eyebrows never grew back. So everyone else's did, but I just got left in the dust. So it's really hard for me to try and fake the nice naturalness of the front of the brow, but I try my best. Next, I'm gonna go in with this Essence Make Me Brow. It's like their version of like Anastasia Brow Gel. It's super cheap. It's like $3 at Ulta. It does have color. They have like 3 colors, so probably not as many as like Anastasia or like NYX or something, but I think for the price, it's worth it. And I like to use this second in my brow routine to kind of like fill, not just to fill in, but I feel like it gives me a better guide when I go in to use the pencil because it picks up all the little hairs, and this gel actually has fibers in it, so it's like adding to what hair I do have. It creates more texture in my brow so that I can get a better shape, and I feel like I don't go as crazy with the pencil, but I do clean up my brows after the fact with concealer. So if it does look a little crazy, you can just go in and clean it up, because you know we're all not perfect when we make mistakes. So I just like to run this through as much as I can and really like follow the shape I already have, but just give it more volume. Alright, so we built some body up there. You can see they're definitely darker than they were. So everyone's favorite pencil is usually Anastasia Beverly Hills. I find I'm not paying $20 for one eyebrow pencil, especially as much as I fill in my eyebrows. Like a $20 pencil like every 2 weeks or something would just, I'm sorry, that's crazy to me. There's a lot of drugstore options now. So the one that I like, you can get it from Ulta, it's the LA Girl Shady Slim Brow Pencil. I use 2 different shades. I use Blackest Brown and Espresso. So I use Espresso more towards the front of my eyebrow and Blackest Brown for the rest of it, and especially on the tail end. So I'm gonna go in with this LA Girl pencil, and this is the Blackest Brown shade. So I'm gonna go in under the brow and just start, not all the way at the front of the brow. I'm gonna start probably right about here. And just start filling in the bottom. All right, guys, hold 1 second. I'm gonna put my hair in a clip because this is annoying. Where were we? Anyway, so I'm just going in and kind of using this Blackest Brown pencil to really like define the outline of my brow. And as much as I try and do feather strokes, it just looks very filled in, but I'm fine with it. So I try and bring it around the tail and just really define that area. I'm just gonna try and smooth it a little bit and use the spoolie end, just comb through a little bit. Especially if like the brow gel that we used got like a little too concentrated in some areas. You just wanna brush it out. And then I just like to feather in the rest of the brow. The brush that I like to use to clean up my brows, this is a little Ecotools brush. It's like the detailed concealer brush. I think it's in like a 2-pack of their brushes. I love Ecotools brushes. They're super affordable and they just perform really, really well. So I use this brush to clean up my brow, and I will use this with the concealer when I go in at the end. But if I felt like I drew like a line that was just like too low or something like that, I will clean it up with this. So I'm gonna just try and quickly do the other brow so that we're matched, because you can definitely tell this one's a bit darker. Your brows are supposed to be sisters, not twins, and I'm trying to adapt to that saying, but I want them to be twins. I don't care, I want them to be twins. So we're getting there, we're matching them up a little bit, and they're also not symmetrical that way. It's fine, whatever. Embrace your flaws, everybody. So I'm just gonna comb through here as well. Try and soften the strokes. And then this is where I come in with the Espresso colored pencil. This is a little bit lighter, and I go and do the bottom, and I try and correct that symmetry issue where the kind of the points of the front of my brow don't really match. I try and even it out with the lighter pencil and then comb through. I find that with this brow, I gotta bring it in a little more. Because before I had microblading, if you know me and if you know what my brows used to look like they were actual sperm brows. They were horrible. I don't know how so many people that I like and that are friends with me let me live my life like that for so long. I just wish you would have told me. How could I have not seen? Anyway, they were also like this far apart. They had to bring them in quite a bit when I got them microbladed. So again, like I said, the front of my brow is very hard to like make not look so crazy, but it ends up being a bold brow whether you like it or not. I'm just always gonna be a bold brow kind of girl. It's fine. Do you? So they're a little uneven, but that's okay. We're not perfect, like I said. And then we're gonna go in with some concealer. So I'm gonna use my Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer. This is the same concealer I use like under my eyes. I love it. This is a great drugstore option. I think it has a lot of coverage and it's like $6 at Ulta. I'm just gonna put a little bit of it on the back of my hand and use that little detailed concealer brush to kind of clean up under the brow. I'm not gonna do on the top because I feel like it'll get too carved out, but I do this basically because I want to even the front of where the brow starts so that it looks like they're as symmetrical as possible. Because like I said, they don't really match up right there as much. So I just like to clean up And then once I do my eyes, like if I was doing my eyes right after this, I would just like bring this concealer as like all the way down onto my eyes because I use concealer as an eyeshadow base. But I'm just going in and cleaning that up. And a good way to be able, if you don't have symmetrical brows, you can like that, like start and end at the same exact point. You can take your concealer and kind of like drag it across and kind of like perfect that way. So, okay, this line is not straight. Don't come for me. I mean, that's pretty good. It's fine. And then just blend that out with your finger because you're gonna be putting foundation and stuff on anyway. It's just a nice little trick so that you can keep everything like even. But yeah, so that's pretty much my routine. And then at the end, after the concealer, I just like to run back through with the Essence Make Me Brow, the brow gel we used, and just kind of like lock all the hairs in to where we like filled in, just so they stay that way. Another great tip is if you don't really like any brow gels or like you don't use them all the time, a really inexpensive trick is to grab a spoolie, usually at the end of the eyebrow pencil, but this spoolie is from BH Cosmetics. It's in their little rose gold collection brush set, and basically if you wet this a little bit with either like setting spray or water and you rub it on some soap, I'm not kidding, like soap, like I've tried it with a couple different soaps and it worked with all of them, and basically run this through your brows. It's literally like glue for your eyebrows. It's such a good alternative if you don't like want a colored brow gel, especially. And you may think like, okay, it's gonna look waxy in my eyebrows, but it really doesn't. So if you're looking for a cheap hack for eyebrows, that's a really good one. Yeah, so this is how I do my eyebrows. They are pretty bold, but they're nice and like, they're nice and maintained and looking crisp, and they look really good once I have all my makeup on. So thank you so much for watching.